Gemini's latest image generation model, Nano Banana, is shaking up the creative world. People are calling it one of the most powerful AI image tools ever built. But is it just hype, or the real deal? In this tutorial, I'll walk you through everything you need to know, from logical reasoning and product photography, to character consistency, editing, restoration, and perspective control. And of course, I'll also share some prompts so you can test Nano Banana's power for yourself. Let's dive in. To get started, you'll need access to the model. Right now, you can use Nano Banana directly on OpenArt by selecting it from the model dropdown, or through Gemini at Google.com with Gemini 2.5 Flash. What's unique here is that Nano Banana is multimodal. It doesn't just generate from scratch. It also understands edits. That means you can type natural text instructions to adjust lighting, swap objects, or even change perspective, all without masks or complicated steps. One of Nano Banana's strongest features is its sense of logical coherence. Most models can render objects, but Nano Banana understands cause and effect in a way that feels almost human. For example, if I prompt for a glass vase falling on a marble floor, it doesn't just show a vase in midair. Nano Banana generates shattered glass scattered across marble, with light reflections bouncing off the shards. Or if I say, a candle left burning all night, it won't just show a glowing candle. Instead, the wax is melted down, the wick is short, and faint smoke lingers in the air. One of my favorites, a child's snowman. After the sun comes out, Nano Banana shows the snowman slumped, half melted, with water puddles forming around it. Even something dramatic like a paper boat caught in heavy rain, the AI doesn't just make a neat boat. It shows the boat sagging, soaked, edges tearing apart under the downpour. This isn't random generation, it's the AI applying real-world logic naturally. It knows glass breaks, wax melts, snow melts under sunlight, and paper weakens in water. And that makes prompting feel less like commanding a machine and more like having a conversation with an intelligent artist who already understands the story you're trying to tell. Next up, product photography. Nano Banana doesn't just generate images, it creates shots that look like they came straight out of a high-end studio. Imagine this, a luxury perfume bottle balanced on the edge of shattered crystal, with golden liquid dripping dramatically in slow motion. The branding stays sharp, the glass catches every glint of light, and the reflections look like they were crafted with $1,000 lenses. Or picture a Nike Air Jordan sneaker campaign, the same shoe shown floating in midair, then splashed with neon paint, then placed inside a futuristic light tunnel. Every variation keeps the logo crisp, the textures clean, and the design perfectly consistent. Even with more complex edits, like a chocolate bar being snapped in half midair, the melted filling stretching between the pieces, or a wine glass tipping over with liquid spilling across polished wood, Nano Banana respects physics and brand fidelity in ways older models never could. For brands and businesses, this is more than marketing imagery. It's an entire campaign pipeline: test ads, social posts, and billboards before you ever commit to physical production. That's real creative power. Character consistency is another standout. Imagine designing a fantasy hero, a warrior with glowing blue tattoos and a golden blade. You generate them battling on a snowy mountain, then relaxing at a medieval tavern, then standing in a futuristic city. Nano Banana keeps every detail consistent: the tattoos, the armor, even the way the blade reflects light across every scenario. Or take a children's book character, say, a playful fox in a yellow raincoat. You can place it splashing in puddles, or running through a busy market. No matter the setting, Nano Banana remembers the same fox, the same raincoat, the same personality shining through. That level of reliability is massive for things like animated films, comic books, long-running ad campaigns, or even metaverse avatars. You don't need to retrain the model with each change. Nano Banana just remembers and delivers. Character consistency is another standout. Let's talk about camera control. Say you start with a simple headshot of someone at a desk. With other models, if you ask for a top-down or side view, you usually end up with an entirely different setup. The background changes, the props disappear, and the character barely looks like the same person. But Nano Banana is different. It respects perspective. You can simply say top-down view or profile side view or even wide environmental shot, and it will keep the same desk, the same props, and the same identity. The only thing that changes is the camera angle, just like if a real photographer walked around the subject and shot from different positions. I tested this by generating multiple perspectives, top-down, over-the-shoulder, profile, and wide environmental shots, all from the same initial desk setup, and every single time, Nano Banana delivered consistency without breaking the scene. For filmmakers, storyboard artists, or product designers, this kind of reliable perspective control unlocks completely new workflows. Instead of redrawing or regenerating everything, you can explore your subject from different angles, all while keeping the core scene intact. One of the most fun features is object replacement. Picture this, a medieval knight holding a sword. I prompt Nano Banana to replace it with a glowing lightsaber, then a giant feather quill, and finally an electric guitar. Each time, the armor, grip, and reflections adapt perfectly, as if they were always meant to be there. Or imagine a businesswoman holding a briefcase. In seconds, I can swap it with a floating holographic tablet, a treasure chest overflowing with gold, or even a miniature aquarium with fish swimming inside. The hand pose stays intact, the lighting adjusts naturally, and the realism never breaks. This isn't just editing, it's world-bending flexibility. Nano Banana doesn't just replace objects, it reimagines them while respecting physics, perspective, and character flow. That's the kind of consistency older models could never achieve. Up next, photo restoration upscaling. Now let's take a real example. This is an old family photo, black and white, slightly faded, with some noise and softness. With Nano Banana, restoration is almost instant. First, it sharpens the details. Notice how the kids' faces regain clarity without looking artificial. The car grille, the grass, even the fabric textures all come back to life naturally. Next, it removes grain and scratches, smoothing out the image while keeping authenticity. And if I want, I can recolor the photo, giving the scene a subtle, historically accurate look, like the car's true paint shade, natural skin tones, and the green of the grass. Finally, I upscale using the precise option. That preserves the likeness while making it crisp enough for modern displays or even large-scale prints. This is the real power of Nano Banana in restoration, preserving not just pixels, but memories. Up next, media flexibility. For example, imagine a realistic city street at night. Now watch it transform into a glowing neon cyberpunk anime scene, with the same buildings and cars preserved. Or take a lifelike portrait of a child. Nano Banana can instantly reimagine it in Pixar's 3D animated style, while still keeping the smile and posture intact. Even classic gaming fans get love. You can generate an 8-bit pixel art version of a modern landscape, then blend it back into a photorealistic world where pixelated clouds float above real mountains. That's why this is perfect for game developers, VFX artists, or anyone experimenting with hybrid creative projects. You're not limited to one aesthetic, you can fluidly move between them. Nano Banana isn't locked to realism. It can switch seamlessly into other styles like 2D anime, Pixar-style 3D, or even 8-bit pixel art, and then blend those styles into photorealistic scenes. And finally, Nano Banana works beautifully in multi-step pipelines. You can start with a rough room mockup, add furniture in one pass, lighting in the next, and wall art in the final step, all while keeping the base layout intact. But it goes way beyond interior design. Imagine prototyping a futuristic car. Start with a wireframe sketch, render it in matte paint, then chrome finish, then drop it into a rainy cyberpunk street, all consistent. Or think of building a fantasy character. Begin with a rough silhouette, add armor in stage 2, glowing runes in stage 3, and finally cinematic lighting that makes it look ready for a movie poster. You can even storyboard entire scenes, a barren desert, then add a caravan of travelers, then torches glowing at night, then evolve into a full cinematic battle, every step remembering the last. And since you can export keyframes for image-to-video tools, this means smoother music videos, animated ads, or whole cinematic story arcs with total creative control. So, what's the verdict? Gemini's Nano Banana is one of the most context-aware, flexible, and practical AI image tools we've ever seen. It handles logic, character consistency, product photography, perspective control, restoration, and even mixed media styles all in one place. Whether you're a creator, designer, filmmaker, or brand marketer, this model opens doors that were almost impossible a year ago. And that's just the beginning. If you found this tutorial helpful, hit like to support the channel. Drop your favorite prompt ideas in the comments so we can test them in future videos. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the next deep dive into AI tools. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.